We are following another ISIS-related arrest on U.S. soil. This is the second one in less than a week. He's a man from Kansas. The feds say he was planning to blow himself up, targeting Fort Riley, Kansas. Justice reporter Paula Reid joins us now from Washington. So, Paula, some interesting comments from the FBI. What do we expect is going to happen as we move forward?
Well, the first thing that'll happen is he'll be arraigned later on today in Kansas. He will most certainly remain in custody based on the gravity of these charges. But after reading through the evidence in this criminal complaint, I would expect that the judge will order a mental health evaluation. There's statements that he made to undercover officers, things that he did that at least raise the question of whether or not he's competent to proceed in this case.
You know, there was a Wisconsin man arrested yesterday, two New York women arrested about a week ago. Why are we seeing so many of these arrests right now?
Well, the Department of Justice is certainly flexing some muscle by very aggressively pursuing lone wolves, anyone who's been inspired by ISIS, who wants to conduct attacks here or abroad. But the role of social media can also not be underestimated. It's the way ISIS recruits a lot of people outside the fight. It's the way a lot of these individuals come to the attention of the FBI. And ultimately, a lot of those social media comments, videos, and material winds up in a lot of these criminal complaints. So it's ultimately how many of them are prosecuted. So social media has really been a game changer in this wave of aspirational jihadists.
You mentioned prosecution, and I think that's what a lot of people are left wondering. How easy is it to charge someone once you've brought him in under these circumstances?
Well, it depends who you ask. Many civil libertarians believe it is too easy to charge individuals with material support. They argue that you shouldn't be able to charge someone with something they've only talked about doing. However, law enforcement argues that it is not easy enough to prevent terrorist attacks like this from happening and to get people before they actually blow something up. So both sides argue whether or not it is or is not difficult. But in a case like this, the evidence that they've brought before the court, it should not be difficult to prosecute him on the material support charge or on the charge of attempting to use a weapon of mass destruction.
Right, it is really about intercepting this behavior before it happens. What is the max sentence, though, for this type of crime if we get through that conviction, that hurdle of conviction, as you mentioned?
Material support cases carry a maximum of 15 years, and in this case, he has an additional charge of attempting to use a weapon of mass destruction. So with all the charges in this complaint, he faces a maximum of life in prison.
Paula Reid in D.C. for us today. Paula, thank you.
Thank you.